Hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster. Today we are in front of the bumpy cars that we added in the last episode. And as you can see, the middle part is looking beautiful. That is what we worked on in the last episode as well. And what I want to do today actually is, let's go into track rides. Or just go into rides here. So I've done a bunch of research in the background in the last episode, and what I want to do is, I have some research going on. I wanted to do some more research here in the background, but what we're gonna do today is actually expand the middle part. I want to increase the attractiveness of our park with this beautiful big Ferris wheel. Is it what it's called? The Star Wheel, the Ferris wheel, whatever you name it, and we are gonna put it right smack back in the middle somewhere over here on top of a little hill, probably, which is going to be, let's make it the centerpiece. Something like that should look fine, I guess. And around it we will build and expand with some more of these simple rides, and then we will go back to the right here and we will expand into a new area, which is going to be the sci-fi area, and I think that will look amazing. So so let's start off with adding in a little hill, shall we? So let's do it on camera while we're at it, as I don't really do much terraining on camera here. So let's increase the brush size for starters, and we are going to place it somewhere I don't know, somewhere over here, somewhere along this castle right there. Guess that should look good, and that increase the intensity as well. Okay. So this height, yeah, why not? And we are gonna get this one flattened to foundation. And we can do it like that. Good. And we are gonna put it on top over here. Course in the middle. There you go, that should look pretty good. So let's see how it looks from the back here. And of course that thing that I've just added in is looking very, very ugly. It's like a bull, but that is just to get ourselves started here. So hey, that looks pretty nice with the NOCV-park sign over here. Yeah, I think that should work quite nicely. So what we're gonna do now is, of course, fix up the terrain a bit. You know what? I think we should add in some sort of a roundabout around this ride. I think that could look pretty good. So what we're gonna do first is grab the flatten to surface over here, and we are gonna flatten as much as possible around the ride so that it's completely flat like that. And why am I doing this? Well, we're gonna redo it once again so that we get a more perfect circle. So I guess this is a perfect circle. Is this a perfect circle? Yeah, it kinda is. And around it, I think we should add in some sort of a roundabout. Make that the central area and make it branch off into different areas from there on. So yeah, should we do that right now? Let's do it in a little jump cut. Alright, how does this look? Let's see. Oh! Okay, that looks horrible. Ugh. Yuck. Alright, that's definitely not a roundabout. Damn, making roundabouts is hard. You know what? Screw it. We're not gonna do a roundabout. We're gonna do a squareabout instead. That is much more easy to do. And I think that should look even better, as well as it leaves more space for us to do some more work with terraining. So here we go. We're gonna make it. Let's make it 10. Let's just leave it at 10. We are gonna make it huge. All right. You know what? I think that this is gonna be the best I can do, as there is no sort of thing as symmetry in this game. Literally, the paths you create are gonna stay there without being symmetrical forever, so I guess this is going to be the best I can create it. Like that. And to be honest, I think it looks quite good, and what we have to do now is add in some terrain and make it look beautiful. And I guess we are gonna do that right now in the form of a... Can you guess it? A time lapse. Alright everyone, we are back, and as you can see I've created some sort of a weird terrain formation, and I don't know, I quite like it. It's like a table, a small table made out of dirt and rock, and as you can see it is looking quite nice with our... whoa, what the hell's happening here with my camera? Oh, there was a autosave, okay. As you can see our star wheel is looking great on top, and what I want to do now is actually connect the entrance and the exit to this area. So that is gonna be a pain in the ass, I can tell already. So how can we go do it? Let's see, we can maybe wrap the entrance around the back here in this section over here, and then copy it along on this side over here with the exit. But yeah, that could work. So yeah, should we do that? Yeah, I guess we can do that. Let's continue the time lapse. Ha peoples, we are back, and as you can see everything is looking quite good. We have added in a few more rides in these little spots over here where we had room, and I think that looks amazing. So we've got the Ferris wheel in the middle as the focal point, and then 2 other rides on the sides here, and we are probably going to add in the queue somewhere over here, which is gonna swing around here. And in this spot over here we have to be a little bit more creative as we have less space available. Anyway, moving on to the back side, we've got the queue for the Ferris wheel, which goes all the way back and flips around in here, so we can add in some nice decoration in this area over here, maybe some nature or something. And on the other side we have basically mirrored the same staircase, but we did not have room to do this little sling about over here, as this road right here is a little bit closer by compared to this road, and you can see that quite clearly from this side right here. And I'm not gonna be bothered changing that all up again, so I'm just gonna leave it this way, and we will fill this in with something else instead. So yeah, I'm quite happy with what we've done now, and there's another autosave. Okay, good. And we are gonna add in some sort of a queue in here for the elixir machine. I'm just gonna keep it this way. So these are some sort of thrill rides. You get twisted around a lot in this ride, and as well as that, this ride, the kickflip over here, will also swing you around quite good. So these are some nauseating rides, and we haven't got any first aid areas or first aid buildings in this area over here, so that is probably something we should take care of quite soon. Otherwise people are gonna puke all over the floor in here, which is of course not what we want. Anyways, let's add in the queue. I've talked quite a lot here. Okay, so the queue is gonna start as far back as possible, as we want to have a large queue, of course, where a bunch of guests can queue up. You know what, screw it, we're gonna delete it, and then we are gonna place it back in here. So what was it? The aeronauts we've got already. Ooh, hyperspin. Oh wait, we can... let's add in this one. This one looks a lot better, I think. Over here. So the entrance will be on this side still, and the exit in the back, of course. Something like that. Beautiful. So right now we have to add in the queue, and that is the last thing we are gonna do right now. So let's do a jump cut. There you go, everyone. We have now got the queue in place, and as you can see, it's looking quite good, and we've got the symmetry going on here. And I actually had to move this path all the way to the left a bit back because this ride wasn't going to fit in here with the same queue as over here at the kickflip. So we've now got that fixed, and that means that we can also fix this part over here and make it look kind of the same on the right side. And as well as that, we might even add in this thing over here to make it symmetrical as well. And well, you know what, that looks quite good in my opinion. I'm not gonna fix that. It looks alright, as I'm gonna add in some foliage on there anyways. So yeah, it looks quite good. The next thing that we should do is probably add in the queue for the for these rides over here to be a little bit as this one over here. And I like this a lot. I like the way how this queue looks a lot now I look back at it, because of the black and white or the black and yellow part of the ground curb, and on top of that the fence, which just looks alright, which looks awesome, better than the standard fence in my opinion. Yeah, should we do another timelapse? Should we do another timelapse, as it is gonna be a very repetitive process, which is gonna look great in the time-lapse. And I think you can hear the music on the background already, can you? Yeah, I think you hear the music on the background, so let's get another time-lapse rolling. So everyone, welcome back, and did you enjoy that time-lapse that wasn't there? Yeah, so I messed up quite big time, and I'm very sad that happened, because I spent a freaking lot of time doing this work over here, but then suddenly I forgot to press the freaking record button, so yeah, hate my life basically. Anyway, so let me show you everything that I have done. Over here we've added in, of course, the NOCV-park sign, because why not, it looks good in there. And we've also added in a Planet Coaster sign right there to fill it up as well, and it looks like the sign is clipping a little bit in there, so we're gonna bring it a little bit forward like so. And to be honest, I think it looks quite good in this area, and maybe we'll even add in some bushes around here to fill the back up a little bit. Anyways, so the queue is done on the same style as the bumpy carts over here, and this right over here, the flying Nimbus. As you can see, it's got the ground curve, the black and white ground curve, and over here I have copied that, and with the same fencing as well. As you can see, it's looking quite good, but unfortunately the terrain wasn't even on all places, so I had to do some fiddling around here. And as you can see, some parts look a bit odd compared to others, but in the end it's not that big of a deal, as we don't see that quite often Anyway, as you can see, it looks quite good, but the time-lapse isn't finished yet, as I saw that I wasn't recording halfway through creating that time-lapse, or what was supposed to be a time-lapse. And that's why I tried and decided to cut it there, and we've still got the backside to do, and more decoration of course on the plateau itself. So that means that we still can get a half decent time-lapse out of this. So let's continue the funky music, and here we go. And this time I'm going to make sure that it is recording. Alright everyone, we are back after the time-lapse, and as you can see, I am looking a little bit different. I have earplugs in all of the sudden, and you might be wondering why that is. Well, basically, it's another day. I haven't played Planet Coaster in a day or two or something, and we are now back. We are now back in action after the time-lapse, and it is freaking hot out here, so I'm not going to wear these headset. No, it's gonna make it sweat all around my ears, so earplugs are the way to go. Mwah. And ooh, I left open my closet here. No one wants to see that, right? So anyway, we are back in the NOCV park. As you can see, everything is looking magnificent. Let's do a little showcase of everything that I have built. So here, as you can see, we've got the kickflip with a cube, which is looking amazing. I think we can add in some little bits and pieces in here as well if we really want to, but I'm not gonna bother anyway because it's not that visible. And over here we've got the hyper spin. It's looking great as well, and we've also added in this part over here with nothing in here yet at this point in time. And I've also added in some sort of a little sneak route so that people can walk all the way straight out of here instead of walking all the way back here. But this part right here is actually only for symmetry purposes, as you can see. Then on the other side we have got that as well, and I didn't bother and gone ahead and placed down all of these fences over here as well, because the normal fencing was looking alright here, I think. And the last thing we actually have to do before we can wrap up this episode of the central area, I think this is gonna be great actually. Let's do a little bit of recoloring of the Ferris wheel on camera while we're at it, because I don't really like the colors it is at this point in time. So where can we do that? Customize. All right, here we go. What color do I want it to be? Let's go for something along the lines like this NOCV Park sign right here. So first of all, let's make these, I don't know, black. That looks pretty good. Ooh. Blue in the middle. Now this one, I think looks quite alright though. We've got the teal color and a little bit of blue on the outside. Yeah, that looks quite good. Let's make the kickflip also a little bit more in theme with this right over here. So we've got a white over here. No. That's gonna be, let's see. Are we gonna make that dark? No, let's give it that teal color again, if that is called teal. That's what you call teal, right? I actually don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not too good with my colors. We've got, ooh, yellow. Ooh. Or orange. Should we do this little orange over here? Yeah, this looks great. Ah, boo! And a little bit of blue on the cars. Yeah, stunning. And we can recolor this thing over here as well to make it fit in more nicely. There you go, that looks nice. This looks good. Looks good, man. And yeah, alright, the final thing we have to do before we let anyone walk into this area is we have got to place down a bunch of benches, a bunch of bins, and we have got to make sure that our working staff knows that this is going to be part of the main area over here. And looking at it from this point of view, it makes this staff building quite far away actually. I'd rather have this staff building somewhere over in the middle, I think, as that would work a lot better, but I think we will leave that for the next episode. Yeah, why not? Okay, there you go, that looks quite good. We've got a lot of bins in here, and let's do some bins on the exits as well. So we've got a big exit over here, and maybe for some reason someone's gonna decide, hey, I want to walk on this path, so we'll throw in a bin right there. And why not add in a little bench over here as well. And then of course we will throw there a bin in there as well. Good. And now the last thing we have to do is add it into our work roster. Go into the main area work roster and add these few things in here as well. Save it. Amazing. And in the next episode we are gonna add in the entrance for the fairy tale area. So here you can see we've got a fairy tale building over here, and there's nothing in between here, so we're gonna fill that up with a ride or something else if we have got enough space. And we of course are going to add in this path over here as well so that people can walk all the way through this middle part and go to this area as well. Good, good, good. Now let's just speed things up a bit and see if a lot of guests are gonna start walk over into our new main area. Ooh, ooh, we got a very Darian Hatch. Darian Hatch, are you daring to come here, Darian Hatch? Yes, he is, and he's gonna go right into our kickflip. And while we're at it, we're gonna make sure that it's got a full load, all of them, full load. And it's gonna have a maximum waiting time of 180, so 3 minutes. There you go. So that it doesn't just go without waiting. Good, good, good. Wait, people are just walking away? Excuse me, I'm not paying this much for... I spent loads on park entry. What are you talking about, everyone? A lot of people walking in here. And they don't want to go. Costs too much? What are you talking about? How? $4.50? Well, $4 $4, man, $4. Kickflip is $9. That's a little bit expensive, yeah. Let's make that a 7. Well, let's see. Come on, people, do it. Get to the park. Get to the park, please, everyone. Hey, there you go. The price is dropping and people are now willing to come onto this ride, I guess. Are they willing to come onto here? Yes, they are. Great, great, great. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Go in here. Yes! Okay, so I've done a little bit of looking around and it seems like a bunch of people are skipping the Ferris wheel as they think that the queue is way too long for some reason. So I think we should fix that somewhere in the future. Maybe make the queue a little bit shorter, make it go cut off in this area over here, and then, you know, keep this away right like that. I'm not gonna bother remaking everything again, but I think that the main area is coming together quite nicely. As you can see, our Ferris wheel is definitely a eye catcher when you walk into the park. And doesn't that look just amazing when you walk into the park and you see a huge Ferris wheel in the background? And then you walk along and you see a kickflip over here, which is doing quite alright. And we've got this one over here, the hyperspin, which with a lot of guests in here as well. But that's about it for this episode of Planet Coaster, ladies and gentlemen. I've had a very, very good time making this episode. I think that this central area is coming together quite nicely. And I think we can make it even better by expanding it, adding in more rides, some more parks. And we are gonna definitely expand this area over here in the next episode. Make the fairy tale area connect to this square about that we have built over here. And we are definitely gonna do that as well in the next episode. So ladies and gentlemen, please leave a like if you like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss the next episode of Planet Coaster. And as always, take care and I'll see you guys in another video. Goodbye!